think they can take the shit on themselves when they absolutely fucking cannot.
Biggest waste of resources.
So I tell everybody that there are 5 categories that every business engages with whenever they're involved in any sort of venture, right? You are offering some sort of product or service and people are going to pay you in exchange for that, right? So as that is the platform, there are 5 categories that everybody has to deal with. First and foremost, called the technical aspect. As a technician, this is what you technically do. If you're a baker, you bake bread. If you're a dentist, you drill teeth, right? If you're a mechanic, you turn wrenches. Like, that is the thing that you're doing, the good service or product, whatever, that you're providing in exchange for money. So you need to get really good at doing that, okay? There are 4 other categories that most people totally forget about. If they think they're a really good baker, then they're just going to go out and start baking bread thinking that if I build it, it will come. What they don't think about is that they have accounting and finance issues right away from the beginning. There are resources that you have to start your business. Ideally, you'll be getting resources in terms of income and revenue and sales, right? You have expenses that are going out. So how are you measuring how much money you put in your own pocket, right, to take home as profits? How much are you reinvesting into your business? Do you know how much that should be? Where are those lines drawn? If you don't have somebody who is an expert accountant doing this with you, then you as just a layperson are going to haphazardly bumblefuck your way around it, and you'll have no idea how efficiently you're running your business because you have no idea about the accounting and finance of your operation. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Another category, marketing. Okay, I'm going to categorize marketing as, I'm going to define it as, marketing is the process by which you communicate to your potential market that a problem exists and you are here to solve that particular problem. Okay, that's what marketing is in a nutshell. So what medium do you do this? Billboards, TV, radio, internet? Where on the internet? Facebook ads, Instagram? Are your target people for your business on Instagram? Most of what I do is estate planning services, and the majority of my clients are older, 50 plus. Well, me hammering out Instagram as a means to reach people who are 50 plus, probably not the best medium, right? But if you're not thinking about that, then you're going to go spend resources doing dumb shit, having no idea how effective you are, right? And if you don't have an accountant measuring your efficacy for what you're using as a marketing means, then you have no idea how productive you are doing the marketing in that manner, right? So I gave an example to that was you. Yeah. So I gave an example of this, right? Let's say you've got, the average is like 6% of your revenue should be allocated to marketing, right? Okay. You're bringing in $100,000 per year. Probably should be spending about $6,000 a year on marketing stuff, right? Yeah, it's just like a general, vague, totally general average number of 6%. It's a starting point. Okay. Well, what if you went from 6% to like 10%, right? Like if you increase that much, how much revenue should you expect as a return for that increase in marketing budget, right? So let's say you doubled your marketing expense. I'm spending $500 a month on marketing. Let's double it to $1,000. What happens to my revenue? Does it double? Not necessarily. Oh no, yeah, it may not, right? I may be in a situation where I could spend 4 times as much money as I did in 1 year on marketing. I need to measure how that affects my revenue stream. Because if it turns out no effect whatsoever, I'm still making $100,000 a year, even if I'm spending $24,000 a year on marketing. Well, that means I'm wasting money marketing. I should throttle it back to 6, because 6 is where I'm seeing I'm making $100,000.
Optimal level.
It's an optimal level, and if you're not measuring that, you're wasting resources. Okay. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Another category. So we covered technician, accounting, finance, marketing, and another one, organizational psychology. Okay. So anytime you operate a business that involves interacting with other human beings, you have to take psychology into account. Have to, right? Right. Social psychology is a thing. How do you treat your employees? How do you treat your co-owners? How do you interact with your vendors? How do you interact with your consumer base? Just all of the nuance that goes into the best way to communicate with people and help them help you do what you need to do. If you're a total piece of shit and you yell at people and scream at them, market studies show people don't leave jobs because jobs suck. People leave jobs because their fucking managers suck. Okay, that's the truth. High turnover immediately means that you're wasting time training the next batch of employees to come in because they don't know what the fuck you do or how you do it or the ins and outs of your business. So now you've got to way drastically slow shit down because you're giving up your time or another employee's time to train somebody to get up to speed. So now it's taking twice as much manpower to get the same amount of work done whenever you got to bring in a new employee.
And that's where AI comes in.
That's what automation, totally going to get rid of it as a problem, but for now, it's still a problem, right? So if you're a piece of shit and you treat people poorly, people don't want to work with you or for you, which only increases inefficiency in your system, right? So you need to be cognizant of that as a factor. And finally, of course, in my field, there is legal and regulatory issues, right? Lots of people do that. Perfect example, dealing with the doctor that I was talking about in Florida right now. Guy runs into a situation where he is a researcher, phenomenally fucking brilliant guy. He's got 2 doctorate degrees, and he is the most, one of 6 people on the planet Earth who are studying this particular issue. Phenomenally fucking brilliant, right? Well, he had a guy, another doctor, who was working for him. Guy spends a few years underneath this master guru, takes all of his fucking research and information, goes to a competing company, and starts selling his research through this other party, right? Wow, that's fucked up. Is there a crime that's been committed here? Possibly not. I asked the doctor, so, this is terrible. It seems like he's competing. Tell me, did you have him sign and non-compete? No, absolutely not. Okay, so
one piece of paper.
One sheet of fucking paper could have been helpful for you to get some sort of recompense. Well, certainly, because this is all, very important stuff. Have you patented your research? No patents. Oh, shit, okay.
Non-disclosure?
Yeah, non-disclosure agreements of some kind. Do you have some sort of trade secret paperwork where you've had them fill out saying, hey, this is very important stuff to us. There's value here. Did you get him to sign saying that he won't talk about that? Nope, never did. I'm like, okay, see, so you knew nothing about the regulatory space of what you're dealing with, interacting with, your employees and shit. Now, you've got a huge problem because you sprung a fucking leak. Now all these people know your secrets and they're making more money than you are selling your shit, right? That sucks. So when you ask me where are the biggest holes that people have when they start a business, I would say right from the get-go, there's a lot of people who are penny wise but pound foolish. Okay, and what they'll do is, I'll tell you, there's a local business here who did exactly this. Some guy is like, hey, I'm running I'm not going to say the business, all right, because that'll give away who this is. Let's just say he's running a popcorn stand, okay? The guy's running a popcorn stand, he's doing it part-time, he's doing pretty fucking well. In this case, he's generating $200,000 per year as a side gig running this popcorn stand. So he's doing all right. Well, he's got a buddy of his. I've known this guy for 20 years. Well, and he's going to take over the full-time operation, and maybe we can take our popcorn shit to the next level. Cool, right on. Well, new guy knows a lot about technology and can automate a lot of the processes, but he doesn't know shit about the other 4 factors of business. So what does he do? He starts having a conversation with the accountant and saying, how much are we paying you to do our payroll? And the guy's like, fuck that. I'll save money by doing it myself. Okay? Cool. They're going to save a couple $100 a year by having the new guy come in and do fucking payroll. Well, here's the problem. He doesn't fucking know anything about payroll at all. So it spends him, he spends 10 times as long to figure it out than an accountant would, right? And for every hour he's spending trying to figure out what accounting shit is all about, he's not spending it doing something more efficient with his time to advance the business. Next thing you know, it's been 6 months, they haven't paid any of their fucking payroll taxes, the IRS is starting to reach out to him and say, hey, last quarter we didn't get your shit, what happened? And this guy has to spend more money than he would have originally paying an accountant to fix the mess that he created because he thought he'd save money by being an accountant himself. Running into the same problems with people who want to be armchair attorneys or armchair managers. Sweet Jesus, how many fucking people think, I could be a manager, I can train people. How difficult could that possibly fucking be? And they're usually assholes who are egotistical and don't know how to train people, which means people don't like working for them, which means they have high turnover, which means the business is not running as efficient as it fucking could be if they would just outsource that task to somebody else who's qualified to run that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So to recap, the number one fucking thing that people do to fuck up a business in terms of efficiency is by not recognizing their own limitations in the business. And they think they can take the shit on themselves when they absolutely fucking cannot.